Today guys, I'm just going to be reteaching you guys dividing decimals. So you know there are a few things we have to do with dividing decimals. When we're dividing decimals, can our decimals stay in the same place or do they have to be moved? They have to be moved. Yes, especially when we have them in these numbers. Remember, we always move our decimal. However many times it takes us to get a whole number over here, we have to move it over here. So some words that you may hear me use today are words such as dividend and divisor, because we always have to find out which is our dividend and which is our divisor when we're dividing decimals, okay? Okay, so our first problem we have here, we have 0.46 divided by 0.2. So now that we have our problem, we just have to rewrite our problem in a form so we can divide it, okay? So when we rewrite it, we have 0.2 divided by 0.46. Now we have a decimal here and we have a decimal here. So since we have a decimal here, how many times would we move it? Once, correct. And so if we move it once here, how many times will we move it over here? Once. So now we have 2 divided by 4.6. So what do we do with our decimal now?
You bring it straight up.
Bring it straight up, correct. Okay, so can 2 go into 4?
Yes.
How many times?
2.
2. So 2 times 2 is 4. And that'll give us 0. And so what do we do with this 6?
Bring the 6 down.
Bring it down. Can 2 go into 6?
Yes.
How many times? 3. So now we're left with 0. And that gives us our answer. So now, our next one, we have 7 divided by 0.4. And if you've noticed from the beginning, it's a little different. So can anybody tell me the difference between this problem and this problem?
And one has the decimal and the other one doesn't.
Correct. One has the decimal and the other one doesn't. So when we rewrite our problem, we have 0.4 divided by 7. Now we don't have a decimal here, but we have a decimal here. So do we move this decimal or do we leave it right there?
We leave it.
Do we leave it?
No, we move it.
We have to move it because remember, we always have to have a whole number on the outside. Correct? So we got to move it one time. And like I said, we don't have a decimal here. But we have to remember, well, behind the whole number, there is always a invisible decimal. So we just move it back one more. So now we rewrite our problem. We have 4 divided by. So what do we do with our decimal point?
We bring it straight up.
Bring it straight up. Okay. So now, can 4 go into 7?
Yes.
How many times?
Once.
Okay. So what is 7 minus 4?
3.
3. Okay. And what do we do with the 0?
We drop the 3 down.
You bring it down. Can 4 go into 30?
Yes.
How many times?
5.
How many?
5.
5 times 4 is what?
20.
20. So I think we can go a little higher.
6.
6. What is
6.
20?
It's 28.
4 times 6 is 24. So 4 times 7 is what? 28, correct. Okay, so now even though we did do that and we got 28, we have 2. So we still have 2. We have to make it 0. So what do? We have something left
You
down
have
there.
to add another 0 and then you drop the 0 down.
You drop that 0 down. All right, and 4 times what may give us 20?
5.
5. So that is our answer. Okay, so now I'm gonna write 2 problems on the board. And I want you guys to try those problems for me, okay? So just keep them. Well, I'm gonna write one first. We're gonna do them one at a time, okay? So. All right. Okay. So how do we rewrite this? What would go first?
3.
And then what would go on the inside?
24.
Okay. So now, we're going to work this out together. So we have 3 divided by 0.24. So we don't have a decimal here, but we have 1 here. So what do?
We just
Do we? We don't have 1 here.
bring it straight up.
Bring it straight up. So I'm going to rewrite this because it is kind of close. So I'm just going to rewrite my decimal. No problem with me. Okay. So can 3 go into 2? No? Okay. So we have 2. We bring down our 4, correct?
Yes.
And can 3 go into 24?
Yes.
How many times?
8.
8. 8 times 3 is what?
24.
24.